So in this video, we will learn how we can create an Azure pipeline with the GCP, that is Google Cloud Platform, using the Python application. So let's get started. So just log in into the Google Cloud Platform and search for Kubernetes cluster and the create one. We'll go with the autopilot default and click create. So it will take some time. So meanwhile, what we'll do, we'll go to the Docker Hub because we will use the Azure pipeline and we will uh, push our images to Docker and deploy into the Google Cloud Platform. So we'll require Docker repository. So what I will do is go to the Docker Hub and go to the repository, create a new repository, and I will give the name as Python 03 because I already have Python 01 and 02. Okay, so that's it. And then now let's go to the repo, Azure repo. In the Azure repo, just create another project called Python 03 and click on the create. Okay, click on the repo and here our project is there. So now go to the PyCharm. I'm in the PyCharm and click on new project. I just give it name as a 03. Okay, and click on the create new window and I'll drag it to upside the previous projects. So what we'll do, we will develop a small Flask application. It's just an hello world kind of things because we are not much interested into the Python details. So what I will do is I'll just replace this code with the Flask code. Okay, so now, okay, we are facing some issue in the Flask. So let's go to the setting and the project and just click on the plus sign and search for Flask. Click on it and install the package. So this may install the package on your PyCharm. Close it and okay. So now look good. So we will also, because we will push our images to Docker, so we will require a Docker file. So I'll just paste it over here. Docker file is a very simple file. It has a base image and basic necessity for work. They are a copy and it will install whatever there is the requirement.txt and expose it to 80 and run the main py. So we'll require a require.txt for the Flask one. So Flask 2.2.3 version will be installed when the Docker file will be executed in the container. Okay. Now we will require another folder called chart. There is a ham chart because we are using the ham tool for deploying into the Kubernetes application. So here we have a template as a deployment, ingress, service, and we have a chart and then values. So rest of the templates have a placeholders and in the values we'll change the, the repository URL, that is to 03. Okay, because we are using the 03 repository. So rest of the things should be okay. And we have a load balancer. So that's it. And now let's try to run on the local as well. So go to the minpy and run the application. So click on here and just give the hello endpoint and hello world from Azure cicd pipeline. Let's do a spell mistake. So our application is ready. Now go to the terminal and initialize with git init. We need to sync with our repo on Azure. So go to the repo and just click on the repo and just copy this portion and paste into our PyCharm terminal. So now repo has been added or synced with the local repository. Git add all, git commit a, and just say first commit and git push. Then it will ask to copy and try this URL. Should be okay. Yes. And now go to the, and if we click repo again, we'll get a lot of files. Okay. So now it's time for creating our Azure pipeline. So go to the pipeline, create a new pipeline, and select and gives a starter pipeline. Okay. So now we don't require this kind of steps. We'll put our own task. So what I will do, I'll copy the task that I have saved in my other project and put over here. There are two simple tasks. One is a Docker task, another is a Kubernetes deploy task. So you can say simply this is a CI task, build and push into the Docker registry, and this is a CD task, that is a deployment task. Okay, so here I will change something like 3 instead of Linode. I'll put GKE, the Google one, and the release also I'll put as a 03. Okay, so now and again I will not trigger it because I'll have to change something, and make sure that image is Ubuntu, not a Windows one. So I'll just save it. So now I will go to the Kubernetes cluster. Our cluster is ready, and to connect to the clusters I will click over here, I will copy and I'll paste it over here. This has merged and updated our kubeconfig on a local site. So now I will open the uh, okay, I'm sorry, a file called sa.yml. Okay, so this is nothing but service account YML. It is for accessing the resources on the Google Kubernetes. So first it's and service account will be created, simple service account, and then it will create a secret based on the service account, and then we'll create lots of roles, different rules for one role, and then we'll create a role binding for all the roles. Okay, so now go to the Kubernetes and kubectl apply f and sa yml. So it will create all the different kind of Kubernetes resources. Okay, so now we have created the service account. Now we will go to the pipeline and go to repo, click on the pipeline. So here we have to create, so we have to create a two service connection. One is, so we will create a two service connection. Go to this project setting and first we will create a Docker connection. So click on the Docker registry, next, and click on the Docker hub, username and password. and verify it. Verification section, just give the name of the service connection, docker con, and grant access permission and verify and save. Okay, now create another service connection for Kubernetes. Click on the service account and just copy this command and paste over here. Just change the, select this is the endpoint URL and paste into here, and then we will copy this and just post over here. We have to just change the service secret account which have been we have created for service account to deploy as a secret. We have a default namespace, so we'll remove that. So just copy this portion and paste into this dialog box. Give the name GKS, or whatever was the name, GKS or GKE, whatever, it's okay, fine. Grant access and save it. Okay, go to the Azure pipeline. This is GKE, so we will change this to GKS. Commit the code and let's check everything is good. Python 0 through 03. So let's try to run the pipeline. This may take a little while. So meanwhile the pipeline is getting completed, I'll pause the video. So now let's check, and Helm list is properly look like deployed, and let's check the pods is running, get deploy running, and kubectl get svc. Okay, so now we'll go to the pipeline and click on the Helm and just copy this portion, go to the git bash and paste it. So this is the IP address that we'll try and see whether everything is okay. Okay, so we got a message and our Kubernetes service has been properly deployed in GKE using Azure pipeline and the Docker Hub registry or repository, you can say. So that's it for this lecture. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.